statute is 30 minutes. Is that correct, Director?
30 minutes before, 30 minutes after.
But the app also gives us data, so we know how many vehicles are exceeding the speed sign. So we can provide that information to public safety if we know that there's specific times that there are issues. We can accommodate that. So,
any questions for Josh? All right. Board Chair's report. It's a beautiful day, and we've got a softball game going on, so we will try to make this short, but I did want to say that the graduation was just spectacular, and I wanted to say thank you. I also wanted to mention that today is Alicia's last day, and I wanted to thank you for all of your service. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Alicia, very much.
The committee reports, we've got curriculum.
We did not meet, we will not meet next month, but we will have information coming up by email or probably at our next meeting. Here, at our next school board meeting, we might know more about when we'll meet next. Okay. We're on a little bit of a hiatus.
Finance committee met before this meeting. We are up through May, and we are a little over 80% spent down. That doesn't include the summer salaries that we need to add in, so that's why we've got quite a bit of a cushion right at the moment, but largely be eaten up. But we are definitely in a positive. And the other item is we are still positive in food service.
Yay.
So, yay, everyone.
Yeah.
Any questions on finance?
Food service bid, real quickly.
Oh, and we also approved a food service bid to Cisco.
To Cisco, correct.
Yeah. Policy.
Also did not meet.
All right. Facilities didn't meet.
Did not meet their meeting.
And
this
HCTC did not meet.
They did not meet.
Perfect. Old business, we have none. New business, oh boy, there's a whole lot of stuff here.
Yes.
Hopefully somebody other than me is reading.
Yes, I will go through these, or most of these anyways. The coaches and stuff, I'm not gonna read off every single one of them that was done before. But for our teachers, for under resignations and retirements, we did have a number come in over the last month. So we had Judy Cole as a second grade teacher, Jerome Lothler, high school social studies teacher, Molly Brosnan, high school art, Jared Copeland, middle school math, well, it's going to be high school math, but it's going back to Texas. Kalina Young, elementary music teacher, and Sarah Bissonette, special ed counselor and part-time elementary counselor that we had approved at the last board meeting. On the support personnel, we have Karen Robertson, who is retiring, Jana Dames is retiring as an ed tech, and Kelly Warren is a resignation from food service. And for coaches and co-curricular, Heather Lyons, student council advisor, Matt Morrison, indoor-outdoor track coach. He's done a fantastic job for us for the last several years. And then the addition, Joanna Stiles, assistant track and field coach.
I would look for a motion to accept the resignations and retirements.
I would accept the resignations and retirements with regret. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. If we have nominations.
Yeah, and just before I jump to nominations, I know we talked about this before, but this, just like we said, this is Alicia's last meeting, and again, thank you, Alicia, for all your service. This is also Mrs. Dickey's last school board meeting. So I just, again, I know we publicly thanked her for her service, but thank you, Beth, and best of luck in your transition back to Texas. For nominations, administration. So as we talked about, and I've been communicating with you, you allowed me some creativity in our positions. We have 2 administrative positions bring forward tonight. The first one is Tyler Pye, who is with us here as our 5 through 12 athletic director. Tyler has spent the last 2 years at Sumner as in that same position as athletic director. He taught physical education for us here the year before that. We're excited to have him join our team. And then the other one is Nathan Cutting, who is signing both of these folks. We've come to terms with the contracts already. As our full-time assistant principal at Bucksport High School. He's coming to us from Belfast High School in that same position. Belfast still had school and still has activities going on, so he knew it was going to be a little tight whether he was going to be here or not for tonight's meeting. But he was able to come in toward the school the other day on the last day that staff was here, and Ms. Ward took him around and introduced him. So we're excited to have him join us. Okay. For our teachers, Matt McInnes will be filling our middle school physical education teaching program. We have stolen him from the YMCA and he's coming over to teach phys ed for us. Bethany Feeney is here. I think mostly to make me feel old because she was a student of mine in high school.
I was too.
I was too. There's lots of you folks that we keep hiring. But we are hiring her as a math teacher, so if she doesn't do well, I really have to take the blame for it.
Really a lot of pressure on you.
That's the whole reason I.
Bethany also, Mr. Eastman from Sumner is not on speaking terms with me right now, because
As you stole into.
we have three. Because remember last month, we also hired a math teacher at the middle school from their high school, so, Bethany was Bethany was their math teacher for how many years?
4 years.
4 years, and has spent the last 2 as the school counselor, the high school counselor there, and then is coming to teach math for us. So I will not be getting a Christmas card from Mr. Eastman. I owe him something, I don't know what, but we're excited to have Bethany join us.
A spa day, probably.
And then the last teacher is Bill Everhart, which that name obviously looks very familiar. After his year away, he realized that he's been subbing for us for the last month of school maybe. He wants to come back. We are happy to have him. And so he is going to be doing special ed teaching for us again.
At the middle school.
At the middle school, thank you. And then support personnel also with us. We have Director Sean Gagan, at least for another month and 15 days as director, Sean Gagan. Part of the administrative reworking, as I've been emailing you about, is to make the kind of the dollars work and the positions work and work within the UPS formula without going over our ratios. We had to be creative, so we were really looking at some district need. So part of that was creating a position to support Andy at the middle school, since Tyler was going to be doing the athletic director. We created student behavior, but really a district-wide school security position. As we know, school safety is just an ongoing need that we continually want to look at. So I really wanted to look how we could pair that with someone that could also address student behavior at the middle school in a non-administrative position, because we had the 2 administrative positions with the assistant principal and the athletic director. So Director Gagan applied and interviewed and did a very nice job, so we're excited to bring him on. Again, we'll be based out of the middle school, but we'll have district school safety responsibilities. We'll be running our district safety committee and other stuff that I haven't assigned to that job description. Quite good. Are those all the people that are here before I go? Does anyone have any questions for the people that are here before I do the other ones?
You have to tell us some good stories about Josh later.
I have a few.
I'm sure there are. Or, I mean, I had Tyler too. I mean, that's so. Kathy Andrews last month was on here as a retirement rehire. That was always the plan for speech pathologist. Brianne Herbest, another alumni coming to join us, has been substituting this year, has done a fantastic job as an ed tech. Aaron Brooks also has been substituting, will be joining us as an ed tech. Trisha Caro, we're excited about being able to bring her on to do our media specialist position, the ed tech position that we really have a hard time finding. Will Knapp has been there and did an excellent job this year, but we were able to fill that position, so we're excited. And then Heather Farrell will be joining us in food service.
I would make a motion to accept these nominations as a block as mentioned. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? That is unanimous. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
You guys are more than welcome to stay, but you do not have to stay.
It's very fun. I would stay if I were you.
But thank you guys for coming. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then you have a whole list of coaches and volunteers, and they're all familiar names that you have seen before. So if you want, I can read them out. But if you're comfortable, just
So there's no new ones.
there is no new ones. No. These are all the same. Sean Varney would be the only one. Is that new? Sean Barney Golf. No, that's a volunteer, never mind. Not even a new coach, so that's under the volunteer section.
Okay.
And he must be high school, not for you, Andy, right? Okay.
So I would make a motion to accept the Bucksport Middle School and Bucksport High School coaches as listed on the agenda.
And the volunteers.
And the volunteers, I guess, as well.
Second.
If we need to.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Yes, unanimous. Thank you. All right. We have no first reading of policy. We have second reading of policies. We've got BEDH, public comment on board meetings, JICJ, cell phones and other personal electronic devices, which is currently coded as JFCK and JFCK-R. IJNDB-R, student, computer, and internet use rules. IJNDB-F, personally owned device use application. And it says,
That one has just gone away. It's a form
Okay, so
for people to use their
oh,
laptops.
so that's, we're
We
approving
can't
the second
allow it
reading,
anymore.
of getting rid of them.
Yeah. I don't know if we really have to, but I just copied the ones from.
I will always approve getting rid of the form. Okay.
There are no changes to these policies from the first iteration that was presented at the last
We
meeting.
did have some discussion, but I
We
think.
did have some discussion
ultimately-
and we did have a no vote on one of the policies, I believe. Correct, Pete?
And that was in relation to the ruling at the state level, I think.
For
more
the
than
board
anything.
meeting one?
I'd like to keep the state out of our schools.
Sure.
And, because they tend to mess things up rather than make it better.
So
That was for the cell phone policy one, not
This,
for.
the cell phone policy.
We can do them all as blockouts, but no, it'll pass anyway. Or do we not want to do that?
No, it won't.
It won't.
Oh, it won't?
Because we barely have quorum tonight.
So,
Well, wouldn't it just be a majority? Or do you have to include their,
So we would have to
They're
move
meeting
cell phones and other
because they're
personal
waiting,
devices
so.
to the next week.
okay, I'll vote in the affirmative because they're missing.
Okay.
But that'd be
You'll
known that you do not like the state.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like
I-
the state either, I'm very willing to
I,
make that
So I
very
think we
freely
agree that none
known.
of us like the state
I've made
interfering.
I've made my feelings very public,
Okay,
Right.
so
all right, so,
if you want to do them as a block.
All right, I
as
would
a-
make a motion then to approve the second reading of the policies as listed here.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you, those pass.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, next we've got board computation and declaration of fiscal year 2027 budget validation results. And you're gonna have to sit here and listen to me speak for just a minute, because this is rather long, but I have to read all of it. Regional School Unit Number 25 votes to be adopted by the school board. Voted that the computation and declaration of vote dated June 16th, 2026 is attached hereto to be approved. Further voted that the computation and declaration of votes to be entered upon the records of Regional School Unit Number 25. Further voted that a certified copy of the computation of declaration of votes be sent to each of the municipal clerks of the member municipalities with the Regional School Unit Number 25. The total number of votes cast in all of the municipalities within Regional School Unit Number 25, the Regional School Unit, in the affirmative and in the negative on question 1 of the warrant and notice of election of the Regional School Unit Budget Validation Referendum held on June 9th, 2026, relating to the adoption of the Regional School Unit's 2026-2027 budget is as follows. Town of Bucksport, affirmative, 742 negative 337. Town of Orland, affirmative, 520, negative 167. Town of Prospect, affirmative, 127, negative 74. Town of Verona Island, affirmative, 102, negative 26. Total, affirmative, 1,491, negative, total 604. The school board hereby declares that the question has passed, dated June 16th, 2026. And we're going to give you a real one. And if you would sign that.
Thank you.
Josh, I'm making you aerosols. Just kidding. It's not quite your style.
So, thank you, Katie. All right, moving on to number 5.
Next, we have presentation of the proposed fiscal year 27 ESEA grant application.
I would have an extra copy of mine, because
I never got a copy.
thank you, they were coming around, and I think that Nicole was passing
Oh,
them
they
around.
made it to Tom.
Here we go.
Oh, they never
made it
did.
as far as-
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did not.
You trusted
spread them out.
Tom?
We're good.
I think from there, we would hit the pledge and then I forgot the one.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody's timing me, so I have 5 minutes, I was told.
Not even.
So I'm not going to go through this entire packet, however, it does need to be stated in a public meeting that our ESEA preliminary allocations have come in. You will see those, this will be posted on our district website. I just need to get with Mr. Morrow and we'll make sure that it's up there for the public to view, as required by state statute. And so you'll see on the first page our preliminary allocations for FY27 and each of the titles. In my board report, I go into more detail, so feel free to check that out. On the next page, I'm gonna be quick. You'll notice that there's a public comment period, which is required by state statute. That public comment period begins today and closes on July 2nd, at which time I can begin the process of actually developing the application for our ESEA grants. So anyone from the public that is interested in meeting with me to get further information about our title grants and also comment or give feedback on how we spend that money is allowed to do so. And they can email me, and I will make sure that my email address is on the website, or call me at the central office, and I'd be happy to discuss that with them. That window does close on the 2nd of July, though. You'll notice that our preliminary allocations are on the second page for each of the titles, and I compared it to our FY26 confirmed allocations from this year. And you'll see that for the total, we are up $12,494.96 in our allocations across the 4 titles. And I broke it down for you. And I keep going, okay? So as allowable by state and federal statute, we do typically transfer some of our allowable title monies from other locations into Title I specifically, because Title I is directly servicing students, and it makes sense to transfer whatever money we need to provide those interventions. And so the proposed transfers are on the next page. Proposed transfer of Title IV funds in the amount of $28,000 to Title I, and Title II, which is a new allowable transfer. Title II is for professional development. However, it is now allowable to move some of that money to Title I to allow it to pay for staffing or supplies. And so the proposal would be, with Katie Gorley and I, to transfer $15,000 of Title II into Title I, resulting in a total there for you of $526,238.02 for Title I projects. Title I funds can only be used at our K-8, pre-K through 8 schools. So Jewett, Miles Lane, and Bucksport Middle School are designated Title I. And I have a little description there of what I use the funds for. Andy, you're timing me, right? Okay. All right. And then on the next page, you'll see that the project allocation summaries for specifically Title I, district allocation of $11,000, and then I break apart Jewett, Miles Lane, and BMS in the proposal. And then you can see for each of those categories what that amount covers. Specifically, just so that it's known, the Jewett one will cover behavioral interventions. So part of Ms. Beers as her teaching principal role, part of that teaching part is through Title I for behavioral supports and interventions for students in that building. And then also, because we're moving first grade there, we will have a full-time math and ELA interventionist at that school to service Can 1. At Miles Lane School, it covers salaries and benefits for 3 Ed Tech 3s focused on math and literacy interventions and program supplies. And then at BMS, this supports 1 literacy and 1 math interventionist along with materials and staff training. It is required that we set aside a little bit of money for our homeless. We do not put a lot in that pocket because we have other funds in our district to support materials that we would need, materials or resources we would need for our homeless population. And then because we will be transferring enough money into Title I that we would bump it up to over $500,000, we do have a requirement to set aside 1% of the total allocation for family engagement. And that's what you see on that section. moving on. District professional development, so we did have an allocation in Title II of $68,453.66. If we were to transfer what Katie and I had talked about transferring, it would drop that to $53,453.66. That's plenty of funds to do what we need to do for professional development because BMS has a large allotment this year of funds for professional development because they're still considered tier 3, upwards of $160,000, so they have plenty. So I do not feel like transferring this money is an issue. And then you'll see what the purpose and the impact of that project would be. And if we align our initiatives in the professional development, we are allowed to use some of this money to support high school professional development. Limited, but we can. Questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, I think you did a whole 3 minutes.
Pretty explanatory.
Thank you, Christina.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
And if somebody did have public comment and they wanted to reach out to you, the best way for them to reach you would be?
Yep, at the central office phone, or at my email, which will be on the website when we put this on the website.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're in the central office?
You're back in the central office?
Wow.
As of today, Tuesday, yesterday.
Wow. So yesterday was moving out day.
Yes,
Right.
and math curriculum work day. And interviews. Yeah.
It was a late day.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Next, we've got a consideration to approve a staff request for time off without pay.
Yeah, so I put the letter, the email in the packet, but this really is just a request based on when maternity leave is going to start next year towards the end of September. We'll get to the beginning part of January from earned paid leave that they can use, but there's a gap between when they can actually get daycare. Unfortunately, daycare is not really easy to come by, so they're not allowed to use sick time on top of their earned leave that they get. So the request is asking for 14 days of unpaid leave to get them to where they will actually have daycare for their child. So Kaylee Chafee's worked for us for a number of years, does a fantastic job, and is a planner, and has this planned out like to the day and when she can get everything. So it's my recommendation that you approve this request. We will have a long-term sub that we've advertised for that would just stay on through that time.
All right, I would make a motion to approve a staff request for time off without pay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. And then the next item is a discussion and possible action to grant the superintendent the authority to transfer fiscal year 26 funds up to 5% between cost centers as needed.
This is the annual request that we have here because budgeting is not an exact science. We make our best guess when we get to the end of the year. We always stay within the total budget, but sometimes some cost centers get overrun. Other ones do not. By state law, we can move 5% from cost center to cost center. We just need board approval to be able to do so.
Do we put an asterisk not to like buy any equipment or anything like trucks?
Well,
or
it's
This
tractors?
isn't buying
The truck was
anything
already
new. This is just
moving it from
moving
house
it.
to
Sorry.
We'll still need
I'll do my
approval.
best. I'll do my
Okay,
best.
okay.
I'll do my best. Or at least I won't tell you about it, so you don't feel bad about it.
I appreciate it.
I would make a motion to grant the superintendent the authority to transfer fiscal year 2026 funds up to 5% between cost centers as needed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. And then the last item is calendar and announcements.
Curriculum is not going to meet in July, but they will probably meet in September will be the next one, but Christina will be sending out some information. Policy, we will plan on meeting in July as of right now, just to make sure that we clean up anything for our handbooks on July 14th. Finance will meet before the school board meeting on the 21st. School board meeting here at 6 o'clock on the 21st. Facilities is meeting this Thursday. They will not meet during July, probably won't meet again until September.
I move to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn and a second. All those in favor? Thank you, Alicia.
Listen, we got it like
Go
right
Bucks.
on.